The VisualSP system is a complete platform, a complete solution for the customers that we serve. It's a combination of products and services. Let me show exactly how it all works. First, we work with our customers to understand what are their contextual learning needs for their users. What are the requirements? Where would they like to serve the contextual learning to their users? In which systems? Microsoft Office 365 is the core system that we serve, but in addition to that, which other custom web applications and also which other SaaS applications do they want to serve the contextual learning, contextual information, any kind of guidance policies, whatever they want to serve to their users. Once we have that understanding and we move on to the next phase after the purchase, we move really fast to get our customers going quickly. Usually within one business day, we have the system created and customized to the customer's needs. Once we do the customization and configuration for our customers, we meet with them to understand if we have done it properly, if there's any additional configurations and customizations they want to do for their needs. Let me show you exactly what that looks like. Here's the actual success kickoff call that we go through. The PowerPoint deck for this thing, obviously this in addition to the interfaces that we look at within VisualSP, understanding if their logo is set up properly or not, if their brand colors are there properly or not, if the things that we have set up in terms of content and all is current or not. And then we go through the exact engagement schedule over the next whole year that we'll be going through. So the success kickoff call goes through the partnership together that we have with the customer, helping them understand what we feel are going to be the success metrics and helping understand exactly how they perceive success to be. And that's the first step with the pre-launch process. Now, after the pre-launch has been completed, we go to the content planning. VisualSP application comes with over 1,000 pre-built configured pieces of content for all Microsoft Office 365 applications and even more. But we understand that the customers might not be, and their users might not be ready for everything on day one. So we go through the content that needs to be unpublished. We go also over the content that needs to be created, needs to be published. And we go through all of that within this content planning meeting. Let me show you the slide deck for that. Just like for our kickoff call, we have a specific process for going through the content creation and curation process. So within here, we talk about exactly what we're providing, all the different content that we're providing out of the box, what makes sense, what does not make sense, what we recommend as best practices for setting up new help items, such as submitting feedback, creating a ticket, having support channels in Microsoft Teams that people can be sent to directly when they click on a help item. That and much more we talk about in our content creation and curation meeting, and that's the exact slide deck that we use for that. And going on forward, after the content planning, we go into the deployment installation process. This is also very well defined. We don't like leaving anything to chance. So in here, we talk to our customers about what are the options for deploying VisualSP to their users, exactly what the processes are, how long it takes. Usually it takes within actually a day that everything can be installed if everything is smooth within our customers' organization and their infrastructure. But even if it's not a day, it's usually a very short amount of time where we can use to deploy it. Either we deploy it or our customers deploy it themselves. Let me show you the exact slide deck for this also. Here it is. So talking about how we can deploy directly to sites or deploy within web browser as a plugin, deployment to Teams, deployment to custom applications, specific slides, and referring documentation on our support site to talk about each of these pieces. Once again, leaving nothing to chance, making sure everything is crystal clear in our customer's mind as to how the deployment will take place. And that's the deployment process. Now, after our deployment installation meeting, we obviously have our customers help them do the actual deployment within their environment. We're not done though. After the deployment takes place, we do a post-deployment checkup and feedback session in which we talk about what went right, what did not go exactly as planned, what can be done better. We're constantly looking to tweak, to configure, to help our customers get the best usage of VisualSP. So this is the post-deployment feedback meeting that we have with our customers. Here's the exact slide deck that we use for the post-launch feedback review, talking about how we were well aligned with the goals. And once again, what went right, what did not go right, what are the content and the configuration tweaks we need to make, the next steps going forward. And then we talk about the performance reviews, the whole performance review process, which is also a very specific process that we follow with all of our customers to evaluate the job that VisualSP is doing for them. Let's talk more about that. The ongoing performance reviews that we do with all of our customers let them understand how VisualSP is performing for them. Are we helping them accomplish the goals that we intended to in the beginning? And if not, what can we do to make things better? Now, these performance reviews are either conducted on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis, within which we try as much as possible to accomplish our tweaks and configurations and whatever else needs to happen within that hour or 2 hours meeting. These performance reviews have been extremely helpful to all of our users since they get a very specific view of what's going on and what we can do or they can do to make things better. Now, as part of the performance reviews, there's also a performance review report that gets generated. This is a sample report, a performance report in which we talk about exactly what they are seeing as a return on investment for VisualSP, the top help items, the top training items that are being clicked or being viewed by their users, the top searches that are happening, the exact analytics of the clicks by browser and also the clicks by viewer media type, what's popular and what's not within the organization. And then we end up with recommendations that we have found to be extremely helpful to most of our customers around the world. And then these recommendations obviously will be very specific to the customer and what we think they can use to help increase user engagement and user adoption of VisualSP and thus the underlying application. So this is a process that we follow for all of our customers. And as I mentioned earlier, that VisualSP is not just a product, is a platform, it's a solution that is a product plus services to give a complete solution to our customer organizations to help them achieve their user adoption, user engagement goals, and user training goals. And we stick with our customers from beginning all the way to the end, guiding them, helping them from the information that we have on hand to help them achieve their goals.